Hey guys, this is Dominic from Diode. I want to show you real quick our newest version. If you're not on this version yet, you can check with Diode config and it will print out your version. I'm actually already on 0.4.6. If you're on an older version, you can force install the new version with saying curl ssf https diode.io/install.sh and sh. This does work on a Raspberry Pi on your macOS or Linux. On Windows, if you have Bash and curl, you can also do it this way, or you just download the newest version from our website, which you can find the link for below this video. Now with this version, there comes a change to the protected mode. So I want to just recap that real quick. In the protected mode, when we share a port, so I'm doing publish, and then I say publish protected, want to share my port SSH, my SSH port 2222. And usually when I do it like this, it will just be shared with my fleet. So this is actually my fleet address, and it will be shared automatically with everybody who's also in my fleet. So it's like a group restriction. You can ensure this way that only your company fleet, for example, has access to that, or you create a fleet with your friends and only those have access to it. But it has been this case that it would always bind to that one fleet. Now with this newest version, you can actually bind a protected port to different fleets. So it doesn't have to be the same fleet that you connect with, and to multiple fleets as well. And so that allows you to create really interesting combinations. So let's do a quick exemplify that here. I'm opening a second window with a second Diode client, and we just want to have it fit here, right in here. And so this one is going to use a different wallet. Specify db pass to give it a different wallet. Just want to look at the values here. Same version, obviously, but this is a different client than this one, protected. And to just showcase that, we can try to do the port bind. So I do, instead of config here, I do bind. I want to bind my local port 2020 and connect to that client up here on the port 22. So it's my destination. And it starts up. The port bind has been created. Now I'm opening a second tab here, and now I can SSH to that local mapping. So that was port 2020. If I do this now, it's going to show me an error message here because I'm not in the fleet. That's what we're expecting. So I press enter and immediately get the error message. I'm not in the allow list. It's not legal for me to access this. So that has been a problem so far, especially if you wanted to create different groups of roles within the same organization and you want to give different people different access rights. So now with this newest version, we can actually define that. So the first really cool thing is here, I stop this. I can specify a fleet I want to share this with, different from my connectivity fleet that is up here. So I can actually take this fleet, say everybody who's in this fleet should get access to this port. And we want to say, let's assume that this port is actually for administrators, for example. And so all administrators should get access to this port. So that's the scenario we want to run through here. Press enter, the port publishing runs, it's protected mode, and it's restricted now to this fleet here. So we see that in the output. And without changing anything further here, we can actually just retry the same SSH connection. Just going to do this. And now it's going to work. There's no error message, and we SSH'd into that machine. So I'm going to exit that again. And this way we can define which connections have access and which not. And we can even go one step further. We can, through this method, as I said, create different groups and different ports. So I could say, well, this is nice. This port is accessible by administrators, but I have another port where I do my HTTP service on, and that should be accessible by the administrators here, but it should also be accessible by anybody else in my connectivity fleet, which is basically everybody, for example, in my company network. So I specify two fleets here, and now both ports are being published, protected, but one is only in the admin group and the other one is in both groups. And so this together with the ability to define who's in which group allows you now to set up all kind of very interesting permission configurations. So that is really on the protected mode, the small but important upgrade that we did. So you can specify these parameters now, and go ahead, grab the newest version from our website and play around with this and give us some feedback in the Telegram channel. Thanks.